Wings Southwest is a charity set up in North Devon in the Bideford area. It's been running since 2000, and they were started off doing youth groups, just trying to work with disadvantaged young people. That has gradually grown and evolved over time, and we started working with NEETs, not in education, employment or training, and that has then become an education program that we started to do with the 16 plus. So we started to work with a local college as their alternative provision, and then literally last year we got requested by Devon County Council to do the same thing for 14 to 16-year-olds in response to the amount of students that are struggling in secondary school as well. So that's literally in its infancy at the moment. So we work from 14 up to about 18, 19. Okay, yeah, so we currently have 36 devices that are installed. We're quite a small college, which has its advantages and disadvantages. But yeah, on various devices, we have some Windows desktops, laptops, some also some iPads that we have it installed on as well. So we came to NetSupport initially because they were mentioned in the inquiry into the girl called Frankie, I think her name was, as a possible solution to filtering and monitoring needs that are now required for all education establishments. And yes, I got in contact with NetSupport about the different projects that they produce, and it seemed like Classroom.cloud was going to meet the needs quite well. And it seemed to me, as head of IT, as one of my roles, actually that it was going to be quite easy to manage, and it wasn't too big a system to try and navigate. So primarily we're using it to see what the students are typing, searching for, and just as a safeguarding tool, just to make sure that should anything be flagged up, that we can assess that as to whether it's something that needs some sort of safeguarding intervention. And we not so much, but we're starting to try and use it in the classes themselves so that the teachers can actually see what's going on. But that's more of a slower process for them to engage in that, because the nature of our students, it's very kind of hands-on, walking around rather than teacher-led from the front. So yeah, so it's going to take a little while for that to embed itself, but there's a lot of enthusiasm behind it around some of the extra tools it gives them. But yeah, so we're just working that out. So the main thing is it keeps us in line with the regulations through keeping children safe and education, that we've got that ticked, and actually it's helping. I'm starting to see some benefits through monitoring the laptops themselves and the desktops to see what sort of updates have happened and how they're being updated, and also just if there's concerns around if a student's looking unusual, I can just see what they're looking at without having to stand behind them on in the classroom, and just monitor that remotely, which is quite useful. And yeah, that's the main uses. So the setup process was very straightforward. To be honest, I'm just starting to use the inventory toolkit. It was kind of flagged up as before we started speaking, actually, and see some of the benefits of that. It's with a small system, like a small setup like ours, it can most of the stuff is just done hands-on. I can go and look at the devices themselves, but actually to get an overview as various devices are logged in to see, oh, this is the status of it, and we need to go and look at that one because it's not showing the right updates or something like that. It's the main thing that I've used it for. I'd say it's thorough, and it's made, as well as being made well and being good value for money. Oh, NetSupport have been brilliant. They've been really helpful. It's when we have encountered issues around things, they've been very quick to respond. They don't use too much jargon. They talk you through the process, and actually are very quick at resolving issues that we've had. Well, I have spoken to other schools about it, and yeah, I know one school was sending someone to the vet conference recently, and I said, go and see these guys. That it's really made the whole process of filtering monitoring so much easier. Just to know that it is a simple system, but like I said, thorough, and that there's somebody on the end of a phone that you can talk to, and from this country on your time zone, that makes it so much easier to kind of navigate through the different quirks that each school have. I'd say trustworthy is probably what I would do. It does what it says on the tin, and it does it well.